Vani. Very bold. Congratulations on on learning the 50 verses of Bhagavad Gita. It's an amazing feat. It's a big job. So who wants to go first, Myshtee or Sampada Mataji? Let's start with who's older. We don't know. Okay. Let's start with Myshtee. Is that okay? Yeah. And we have some devotees that are supporting Myshtee and Sampada here. I think, Mom, you want to be in probably room 3 if you want to see Navya's performance. Okay, but we'll get started with Myshtee. Yes? You ready? Okay. All right, Myshtee. So good luck, okay? I'm sure you will do really well, okay? There is no failure on this path. It's always success, okay? Okay, so we'll start with little easy stuff and see how you do, okay? So can you tell me the very first verse of Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, Mataji. So, Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayi Yutsavaha Mamaka Pandavasheva Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
Wow, amazing, beautifully recited. And you're singing it so perfectly too. Okay, so on the same lines, can you recite the last verse of Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, Mataji. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Tirmatir Mamaha.
Amazing, good job. Okay, can you recite any verse from 4th chapter?
Okay, Mataji. I'll recite 4.2. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarsayo vidu sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa.
Wow, amazing. You've memorized everything so perfectly. Do you know the translation of this verse that you just recited?
Yes, Mataji. So Krishna says, with this supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and all the saintly kings understood in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science has been lost.
Oh, you've learned it verbatim, word for word. This is not a small job at all. It's very difficult. I cannot recite word to word translation at all. Amazing. Okay, so can you tell me a verse where Krishna gives a reason for why he appears on earth?
So in the verse, I think 4.7, Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glane bhavati bharata abhyuttanam dharmasya tada manam shajamyaham. And he says, whenever there's a decline in religious practice and a rise of irreligion, at that time he descends.
Amazing. Can you tell me the next verse after this as well?
Yes, Mataji. 4.8 and Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Good job. You're not giving chance for any lifelines at all, huh? There is no participation from other people because you're doing it so well. Amazing. Good job. Okay. So, can you tell me a verse where Krishna says that learned people, learned devotees see everyone with equal vision?
Yes, Mataji. It's 5.18. Vidyavanaya sampanne brahmane gavihasini shuni chaiva shabhake cha pandita samadarshina. And Krishna
Wow.
says that the humble sages, they see even a cow, elephant, Brahmin, everybody as the same.
Amazing. Good job. Is there any other verse from 5th chapter that you can recite?
I can recite 5.29.
Mm-hmm.
Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarva bhutanam natmamam shantam richati.
Oh, good job. Very bold. Very bold. Amazing. Amazing. You have like learned verbatim translation, word to word, and just completely memorized the 50 verses so thoroughly. Amazing. Very bold. Okay, can you tell me where does Krishna says that that there is nobody else superior to him, that he is the supreme person and everything rests upon him?
Yes, Mataji. says in verse 7th chapter, 7th verse, is Matta Parataram Nanyat Kinchadasti Dhananjaya Mani Sarvam Vidam Protam Sutre Manigana Eva.
Beautiful. Do you know what kind of example like what analogy is he giving? How things rest upon something?
He's saying like how there's the pearls are strung on a thread, the same way all of we're all resting upon him like we're like pearls and he's like a thread and he's invisible so we can't see him until we do bhakti.
Amazing. Good job. So, is there a verse where Krishna says, in what mood should one leave their body, or what should one be thinking of when leaving the body? Does he guide us anywhere about that?
Yes, Mataji, there's two verses I can think of. It's 8.5 and 8.6. The first one is Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati sadmadbhavam yati nasyatra samchaya. This one he says, whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering Krishna only attains his Golok and he reaches Krishna.
Nice,
And
very nice. Wow. I don't know how can I get more difficult than this. This is really, really amazing job, Myshtee. Good job.
thank you,
Okay,
Mataji.
can you recite the verse 9.2?
Yes, Mataji. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshavagam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam.
So, do you know what does Raj Vidya Rajguyam means in that verse?
Yes, Mataji. Rajavidya means is a king of education, and Rajaguhya means it's like the most secret, and this is referring to Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah, Raj Vidya is king of all knowledge. Rajguyam is the most confidential secret, right? Krishna is giving us all the knowledge, most confidential secret in this chapter, right? Okay. In 10th chapter, there is a verse where Krishna says that all that is opulent and beautiful is just a spark of me. Can you tell me that verse?
Yes, Mataji. This is 10.41. Yadyadvibhuti matsatvam Srimadurjitameva va tattadevavagachatvam mabatejomsta sambhavam.
Wow, very nice. Okay. Is there any other verse you can quote from 10th chapter?
I can quote 10.8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Krishna says that he's the source of all spiritual material worlds and everything comes from him, and the people and the wise who know this, they engage in his devotional service.
Nice. Look at you getting all thumbs up and clappings from our senior, our Ramya Prabhu and Mataji here, right? You're getting their blessings. You're taking this exam under their shelter. This is amazing. Okay, this is a beautiful experience, right? Reciting Bhagavad Gita shlokas under the shelter of such amazing devotees, right? Okay. So let's see. Is there any place in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says that I reside in the heart of all living entities?
Yes, Mataji. One I can think of is 18.61. It is Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Vriddhasharjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudhani Maya. And Krishna says he's in the heart of living beings. And same way he also says in the 15th chapter and 15.15 Sarvasya chaham vriddhi sannivishto mata smritir jnanamapohanamscha Vedaischa sarve ahameva vidyo Vedanta Veda Vedeva Jaham.
Good
And this also
job.
he says he's in everybody's heart.
Very nice. So in this shloka, you said Vedesh Sarver Aham Ev Vedyo. Do you know what that means?
I think so. In this way, I think Krishna means that he's all the Vedas and he's the Vedas basically.
Yeah, he says he's the compiler of creator of the Vedas, the knowledge of the Vedas, the object of the Vedas, right? Wow, good job. Very nice. Okay. So, is there any place Krishna talks about how only the devotee can really understand him by the bhakti yoga or by the devotional service and reach him?
I think it's I think in this verse, Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Miss Krishna
Yes.
says that one who engages in devotional service, they only get elevated.
Yeah, yeah. And there is another verse on the same lines, right? In 18th chapter. Can you think of that one? It's 18.55.
18.55.
It's on the similar lines.
Oh yes, Bhaktya Mama Vijanati Yavan Yashasmi Tatvata Tato Mam Tatvato Natva Vishate Tadanantaram.
Beautiful, amazing. Can you recite a verse where Krishna tells us what mood should one submit to a guru? Like how should one submit, surrender to a guru?
Yes, Nataji. And he says in 14.34, Tadvadi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaye Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnanina Sattvadarshana. So one should be in a humble mood and ask questions submissively and render service unto the Guru, and this way the Guru can impart knowledge into you.
Wow, you completely memorized the whole Bhagavad Gita, I think, huh? There is no window for anybody else to participate, no lifelines being used. This is great. So yeah, perfect. Is there any verse where Arjuna display that same mood in Bhagavad Gita when he took shelter of Krishna and submitted to him?
Yes, in the verse 2.7, Arjuna is saying, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prachami tvam dharma samutthajeta yachreyasya chitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam.
Good job, Mishti. Good job. So I think we have covered almost everything. You've answered all the translations, all the numbers of the shlokas perfectly. So can everybody say 3 times Hari Bol for Mishti?
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
She did not need any lifelines. She did not need any help, any lifelines, nothing at all. She has verbatim memorized all the translations from start to finish. And this was really difficult. This was not an easy question that I asked you. It was all very, very difficult, and you answered so well. Amazing. Good job. Okay. So does anyone else want to ask any questions from Mishti? Ramya Prabhu, Mataji? We have maybe 1 or 2 minutes. We have Prabhuji, if you would like to, Mataji.
Just one important verse, whether she can recite the Sanskrit and English for chapter 18, text 66.
Yes, Prabhuji. So Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayami masucha. And he says, abandon all religions and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful actions, and do not fear.
That's great. That's the hardest when you just know the number of the verse and you have to figure it out. Good job.
Thank you, Mataji.
Very good.
Amazing. Yeah, we consider this as the Sar of Bhagavad Gita, right? This verse is so important. Okay, all right. So thank you, Mishti. Thanks for learning all these verses. Congratulations and amazing job. Keep it up. Okay, this is 50 verses, but I'm sure you're gonna go on to learn much, much more. This is the beginning of the spiritual journey for you. Amazing, amazing. And let's start with Sampada here. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All right, Sampada, best of luck. So I'm going to start with maybe 1 or 2 easy questions, and then we'll launch into a little bit more advanced. Yeah. All right.
Wait, my mom.
Okay. All right, Sampada. So let's start with the first verse. Can you recite the very first verse of Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yutsavaha mamaka pandavaschaiva kim akurvata sanjaya.
Beautiful. Do you know how many verses Dhritarashtra said in Bhagavad Gita?
1.
Yeah, just that one, right? That you recited. Perfect. Okay. Do you know verse 2.13?
Yeah. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantaras praptir tirastachana muyati.
Yeah, amazing. Do you know the meaning of that or the translation of that?
Yeah. So Krishna says that just like a baby turns into a youth and then he turns into a old person, just like that, even our soul changes our body,
Yeah.
like from one person. So we
And
are
a,
soul.
and a sober person is not bewildered by such a change, right?
Yeah.
Dhira muyati, right? Amazing. Good job. So, is there any shloka, any verse where Krishna lists various qualities of a soul, of a spirit soul?
Um.
Like, where he says various qualities about what can happen to a soul, what may not happen, whether it can be born or not, whether it can die or not, those kind of things.
Oh yeah. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते न हन्यमाने शरीरेण.
Yeah, good job. So do you know what Krishna is saying in that verse?
Yeah. So just like our body can get destroyed, but our soul can never get destroyed, even if it's like attacked by a water or maybe fire or any weapons, but it can never die.
Yeah, it is unborn, right? It does not take birth, does
Yeah.
not die. It is eternal. It is primeval. It is not slain even when the body is slain, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And can you tell me where does Krishna say, he gives, he tells us what happens when we get attached to something and then how a downfall of a person happens. He gives a series of.
Yeah. Dhyayas, dhyayas tatra na, wait, dhyayas. It is in 2.60 something, 2.63. And can I say the last one? The second
Yeah.
verse?
Yeah.
Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smiti vibrama, vibramat smiti brahmsad buddhinaso, buddhinasat pranasyati. And
Do you want me to tell you the first word?
yeah.
So the one that you just recited was 2.63, right? So 2.62, where everything starts with attachment to something, right? Focusing, contemplating on an sense object. So that's called dhyayato.
Yeah, oh yeah. Dhyayato visayan pumsaha sangaste supajayate sangat sanjayate kama kamat krodho vijayate.
Very nice. Yeah. Good job. Okay. So in fourth chapter, there is a verse where Krishna says that those who know the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities never take birth in this material world and come to my abode. You know which one I'm talking about? So he says that after he tells you why he comes on this earth, why he comes. Do you know why he comes on this earth?
Oh yeah. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata bhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam shujamiham paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. And 4.92.
Yeah, and that's
Janma karma.
Mhm.
Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanma neti mameti sorjuna.
Right. So this is the verse that I was looking for. Janma karma cha me divyam. So do you know the meaning of this verse?
Yeah, so I think Krishna says that people who knows him does not have, like, he gets freed from this body. I think so.
So yeah, people who knows the divine nature of his appearance, his activities, his disappearance, right? They don't take birth in the material world again. They come to his abode, right? So
Yeah.
Janam Karam Chame Divyam, that is Janam and Karam, his appearance and his activities are transcendental. Divyam means transcendental or divine. Right? Okay, good job. So can you tell me any verse from 5th chapter?
Yeah. 5th chapter, 5 point. 5 point.
I think there are 3 in your syllabus if you want to recite either 18, 22 or 29.
5 point.
You can ask a friend too. How about that? You want to use a lifeline?
Yeah.
Yeah? Who do you
Yeah.
want? Avni is here.
Okay.
You want to ask Avni? Avni, can you help her? Can you give her the first few words of any verse from 5th chapter?
So in 5.18, there's Vidya Vinaya Sampanne.
Okay.
Okay. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Kavi Hastini Sunichaiva Sopake Cha Pandita Samadarshina.
Nice, good job. Do you know what that verse means?
Yeah, so an intelligent saint who is like very advanced, he does not discriminate anyone. He sees everyone in the same way, even if it's a dog eater or a brahmana or a sudra or vaishya.
Yeah, yeah. Whether it's an elephant, cow, dog eater, a learned person sees them equally, right? Good job. Is there any place in 7th chapter where Krishna says that this material energy of mine is very difficult to overcome?
Bhokta Ram Yagatapasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram. Wait, I don't think that is.
It's okay. You want to recite that one? And
Okay. Bhoktaram Yagatapasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram Surdam Sarvabhutanam Gyatvam Mam Santim Richati.
so what does that one mean?
I think that means that whoever takes shelter of him, he.
So he says, Bhoktaram Yagya Tapsam. Bhokta means enjoyer, that I am the supreme enjoyer of Yagya. Yagya means sacrifices. And Tap means austerities, that I am the supreme enjoyer of all the sacrifices and austerities, right? Sarva Maheshwaram, that I am the supreme personality of Godhead. Suhrid Sarva Bhutanam, I am the well-wisher and friend of all living entities. So he gives various qualities of his. And then the one that I was looking for, where he says it's very difficult to overcome this material energy of mind. Can you recall that one?
I think I need help for the first line.
You need first word?
Yeah.
Devi. Devihi.
Devihi.
Yeah.
Devi Esa Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya.
Mam evye.
Mam eva ye prapadyante esam
Maya metam.
mayam etam taranti te.
Devi esha gunamayi maya duratyaya mam evye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Very good. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, I think we have a couple more minutes. So can you recite any verse from 9th chapter?
9th chapter. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Ananyas ye jana paripasate. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paripasate te samnityabhyuktanam te samnityabhyuktan te sam yoga shemam vahamyaham.
Good job. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay. Do you know the meaning of this verse?
I think Krishna says that whoever worships him, he protects him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He says, I preserve what you have and carry what you lack, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever worships him constantly with exclusive devotion. Okay. So let's see. So is there any place where Krishna says that abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me?
Yeah. He says he says Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja tam sarva papebhyo mokshisyami ma suchaha.
Yeah, good job. Okay, I think I'm getting last 3 minutes warning from Prabhuji. So I'll just ask you maybe one or two, and maybe Ramya Prabhu and Mataji will ask a couple more. Yeah, is that good? Okay, so let's see. Is there any place where Krishna says in 10th chapter that I give the understanding, I give the intelligence with which a devotee can come to me?
Tesam satatam yuktanam tesam satata yuktanam tesam satata yuktanam tesam satata yuktanam
Bhajtam.
bhajatam sarva purvakam yo me tesam satata yuktanam
Bhajtam priti purvakam
nasayami
dadami buddhi yogam tam. So he says, I give the buddhi or the intelligence. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupyantite. Yeah? You want to say it again?
yeah I forgot.
Tesham
Tesam cha tesam san
satati yuktanam
tesam satata yuktanam yo tesam satata yuktanam
bhajtam priti purvakam.
bhajatam priti purvakam nasayami.
Yeah, I think that's the next verse. They're pretty similar, so that's why the confusion. But let's see, Ramya Prabhu, Mataji, please ask some questions from Sampada. She did so well. Good job, Sampada. Amazing.
Just if she can give the chapter 14, text 26. Is that what it says?
Yes. You can start a word or two.
Mam cho.
Mam chayo vyabhicharena. Oh yeah, mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti then the
Yogena. Bhakti Yogena.
bhakti dayama.
No, Bhakti Yogena.
Oh yeah, bhakti yogena bhakti yogena sevate
Saguna.
Saguna.
sagunan samatityaitan
Brahma.
brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
Okay.
Hey.
Job.
Very good.
Very good job, Sampada. Good job, Myshtee. Prabhuji, any other questions from these wonderful kids?
What's your favorite verse in Bhagavad Gita?
Myshtee, Sampada, please feel free to answer Mataji's question.
What was the question?
What's your favorite verse? What verse do you like the most?
I like the last 3 verses.
You can tell them.
Isvara sarva bhutanam riddhesarjuna tistati brahman sarva bhutani yantarudhani maya.
Very nice.
I like the verses. I like the verses. 9.20, 9.31, and also 18.66. Both of them.
You want to tell us one of them?
Sure, I'll tell you. 9.20, 9.31. Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijani name bhaktya pranashyati.
Wow, Myshtee is getting bonus points, huh? This is out of syllabus for you. So this is amazing. Good job.
Thank you, Mataji.
Good job. Amazing. Sampada, Myshtee, thank you so much. You've put in a lot of effort into this. And Krishna always rewards all the efforts and intention we have. So thank you so much. Prabhuji, please, if you have any concluding points. If not, we'll come out of the break room.
I think it's very important that we've learned everything, and I think we have to leave the break room now.
Okay, very bold. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Myshtee, Sampada. Congratulations.